Zekna's tentacles twitched nervously as she adjusted her holographic disguise for the 100th time. The neural interface buzzed against her crystalline skull, projecting the appearance of a middle-aged human. Because we wanted you to understand. The Galactic Council's assessment of Earth is based on what they want to believe, not reality. We've known about the wider galaxy for decades, but we also know how fear drives policy. So we wait, we learn, and we prepare. Prepare for what? For the day when hiding is no longer an option, when the Council realizes that humanity can't be contained or controlled. We're not the primitive species they think we are, Professor. We're something they've never encountered before. Zekna's sensory filaments extended fully, absorbing the truth of his words. Her report wouldn't just update Earth's technological assessment. It would fundamentally challenge the Council's understanding of human potential. Your thesis, she said suddenly. The biomimetic quantum entanglement. It's not theoretical, is it? David tapped his temple. How do you think we spotted your disguise? We've already achieved what your people think is impossible. The question is, are you ready to help us reveal the truth to the galaxy? As Zekna considered his words, she realized she stood at a crossroads of galactic history. Her decision here wouldn't just affect her career or Earth's status. It would reshape the fundamental balance of power in the known universe. The humans hadn't just advanced beyond their classification. They'd evolved in ways the Galactic Council hadn't imagined possible. And they'd done it all while maintaining the illusion of primitive development. The implications were staggering. Show me everything, she said finally. If I'm going to help you, I need to understand the full scope of human advancement. David's smile widened. Professor, you're about to learn why Earth really needs to be contained, and it's not for the reasons your council thinks. The secure laboratory beneath MIT's campus stretched far deeper than any public record suggested. As David led Zekna through layers of quantum-shielded doors, her sensory filaments detected technologies that shouldn't exist on a Category 3 world. Our official research is impressive enough, David explained, passing through another security checkpoint. But it's merely a shadow of our true capabilities. We maintain multiple technological fronts: what we show the world, what we show our governments, and what we actually possess. The final door opened to reveal a vast chamber filled with machinery that made Zekna's crystalline structure resonate in recognition. A quantum computation array, but unlike any she'd seen before. Where Galactic standard computers used isolated quantum states, this system appeared to be a living network, its quantum states interlinked in organic patterns. Impossible, she whispered, her voice modulator struggling with the emotion. The quantum decoherence alone should make this impossible. A new voice interrupted. A woman in her 60s emerged from behind the array, her white lab coat adorned with holographic displays that shifted in real time. I'm Dr. Sarah Chen, the real one whose identity you're using. Zekna's neural interface buzzed with alarm. You knew from the beginning. Of course. Dr. Chen smiled. We've been tracking Galactic Council observers for years. Your holographic technology is impressive, but it has distinct quantum signatures. We simply chose to let you proceed with your investigation. But why? If you have this level of technology, why maintain the pretense of being primitive? David exchanged glances with Dr. Chen before answering. Because we learned early on that the galaxy fears rapid advancement. When we first detected Council probes 20 years ago, we also intercepted enough data to understand how the galactic hierarchy works. Innovation is controlled. Progress is regulated. Species that advance too quickly are contained. Zekna's outer membrane rippled with understanding. The Proxima incident, the unexplained destruction of a promising civilization 50 cycles ago. That was the Council. A civilization that developed faster than light travel independently, without following the Council's prescribed developmental paths. Dr. Chen confirmed. They were deemed a threat to galactic stability. We learned from their mistake. Moving deeper into the facility, they passed through rooms showcasing technologies that defied galactic understanding. quantum engines that drew power from parallel universes, bioorganic computers that merged human consciousness with artificial intelligence, weapons that could reshape the fabric of space-time itself. Humans have a unique advantage, David explained. Our short lifespans and biological diversity drive us to innovate faster than most species. Where the Council sees chaos, we see opportunity. Every human approaches problems differently, creating multiple paths to solution. A holographic display activated, showing Earth's defensive grid, a network of satellites and stations invisible to conventional detection. We're not just advancing technologically, Dr. Chen added. We're evolving our understanding of reality itself. The Council's rigid adherence to established principles blinds them to new possibilities. Zekna absorbed the implications. Your quantum computing network, it's not just processing information, is it? It's growing. The first truly organic quantum computer, David confirmed. It evolves with us, learning and adapting in ways traditional systems can't match. We've moved beyond binary computation to something closer to universal consciousness. Which brings us to why we revealed ourselves to you, Dr. Chen said, her expression growing serious. We detected a Council fleet mobilizing at the edge of our solar system. Official records show it as a routine patrol, but our quantum sensors detected weapon signatures. Zekna's crystalline form pulsed with alarm. They couldn't have detected your true level of advancement. My report hasn't even. We don't think they know everything, David interrupted, but they've detected enough anomalies to consider us a potential threat. The Council doesn't tolerate uncertainties. They'll try to classify Earth as a restricted zone, Zekna realized. Place the entire system under quarantine until they can verify your development level, which would give them authority to conduct deep scans of our planet. Dr. Chen nodded. Scans that would reveal everything we've hidden. We can't allow that. The implication struck Zekna like a quantum surge. You're not just showing me this to explain. You need my help. Your presence here gives us an opportunity, David confirmed. As a Council observer, your reports carry weight. You could help us maintain our cover long enough to complete our preparations. Preparations for what? Dr. Chen's smile held no warmth. For the day when humanity can no longer hide. When we must show the galaxy that there's another way. That progress doesn't need to be controlled to be stable. Zekna moved to the quantum array, her sensory filaments extending to analyze its impossible complexity. Everything she'd been taught about technological development, about the natural order of species advancement, was unraveling before her. If I help you, she said finally, I'll be betraying centuries of galactic protocol. The Council's methods may seem harsh, but they've maintained peace for millennia. Have they? David challenged. Or have they just maintained control? How many species have been contained for developing too quickly? How many potential allies has the galaxy lost to fear? A warning alert flashed across the facility's holographic displays. The Council fleet had changed course, moving closer to Earth's orbit. Time for a decision, Professor, Dr. Chen said quietly. Are you ready to see what humanity can really do? Zekna's neural interface hummed as she processed everything she'd learned. The humans hadn't just surpassed their classification. They transcended the very concepts that the Galactic Council used to measure advancement. Their chaos wasn't a weakness. It was the source of their strength. As she watched the quantum network pulse with life, Zekna realized that this moment would reshape more than just her understanding of humanity. It would challenge the very foundations of galactic civilization. Show me what you need me to do, she said, her decision made. But first, tell me everything about those fleet movements. If we're going to deceive the Council, we need to understand exactly what they suspect. The Council fleet's arrival was preceded by a quantum pulse that disrupted global communications for precisely 3.7 seconds. To most humans, it appeared as a minor glitch in their devices. But in the secure facility beneath MIT, alarms blared. That was a Class 1 containment scan, Zekna explained, her crystalline form vibrating with tension. They're looking for signs of quantum manipulation technology. Dr. Chen's fingers danced across holographic controls. Our quantum masking held. As far as their sensors can tell, Earth's technology is exactly where it should be. Primitive satellites and basic digital networks. But they're not convinced. David studied the fleet formations displayed above the quantum array. Look at their positioning. That's not a standard patrol pattern. 7 Council warships had entered high Earth orbit, their sleek forms invisible to conventional radar. Each vessel carried enough firepower to level a continent, but that wasn't what worried Zekna. It was their formation. A containment pattern she'd only seen in restricted historical records. "They're preparing for a verdict protocol," she whispered. "The same procedure they used on Proxima." Dr. Chen's expression hardened. "How long?" "Standard procedure allows 48 Earth hours for final observations before judgment." Zekna's sensory filaments extended in agitation. "I need to submit my report before they conclude their own investigation." "Will they believe you?" David asked. "You're just one observer. My credentials are impeccable, and I've maintained regular updates showing Earth's expected developmental progress. One final report confirming their primitive status might be enough tow." Another quantum pulse hit, stronger than the first. This time, the disruption lasted 5 seconds. In the streets above, cars stalled, phones died, and for a brief moment, the entire power grid flickered. "They're escalating their scans," Dr. Chen noted grimly. Looking deeper, David's hands clenched. "We can't maintain the quantum masking against that level of scrutiny. Not for long." Then perhaps, a new voice interrupted. "It's time we stopped hiding." Admiral Helena Rodriguez stepped from the quantum lift, her uniform bearing no official insignia, but radiating authority. Behind her, a team of operators wheeled in what appeared to be a simple metal sphere. "Admiral," Dr. Chen acknowledged, "the Council's moving faster than we anticipated. They've noticed patterns we couldn't hide. Solar energy consumption inconsistencies, atmospheric composition changes, subtle signs of a civilization advancing too quickly." The Admiral approached the sphere. "What they don't know is that we've been preparing for this moment for decades." Zekna's sensors detected something impossible from the sphere: absolute quantum silence. Not masking or shielding, but a complete absence of quantum signatures. "What is that?" "We call it the Infinity Core," David explained. "The culmination of everything we've learned about quantum mechanics, consciousness integration, and reality manipulation. It's our answer to the Council's containment protocols," Dr. Chen added, "and possibly humanity's greatest achievement." Admiral Rodriguez placed her hand on the sphere. "The Council believes they can judge us, contain us, decide our fate based on their rules of development. They've forgotten something fundamental about humanity. We don't follow paths. We forge them." Warning signals flashed across every display. The Council fleet was powering up their primary weapons arrays. "They're not waiting 48 hours, Zekna realized with horror. Something spooked them. "They're initiating containment now." "Good." The Admiral's smile was fierce. "Humanity works best under pressure. Professor Zekna, you have a choice to make. Right now, you're the only non-human who knows Earth's true capabilities. You can help us show the Council why their fear of rapid advancement is misplaced, or you can stand with them and witness what happens when humanity is pushed too far." The quantum array pulsed with unprecedented energy as emergency protocols activated worldwide. In secret facilities across the globe, hidden technologies powered up. The masking field protecting Earth began to shift, not failing but transforming. "What are you doing?" Zekna asked, watching as the quantum signatures around Earth changed. "We're done hiding," David said quietly. "The Council wants to see our true level of advancement. Let's show them exactly what humanity can do when we stop pretending to be primitive." The Infinity Core began to hum, its quantum silence transforming into something else, a new form of energy that Zekna's sensors couldn't categorize. Above them, the Council fleet launched their first containment strike. a quantum-based weapon designed to disable all technology on the planet. But as the weapon's energy reached Earth's atmosphere, something unprecedented happened. The energy didn't dissipate or destroy. It transformed, absorbed into a defensive grid that hadn't existed seconds before. Impossible, Zekna whispered, watching as humanity's true technological face was finally revealed to the galaxy. You've been ready for this all along. Humanity has a saying, Admiral Rodriguez stated, her hand still on the infinity core. Necessity is the mother of invention. The Council's fear of rapid advancement created the very thing they sought to prevent. A species that learned to innovate in secret, to advance beyond their wildest predictions. As the Council fleet reeled from their failed attack, Earth's orbital space came alive with previously hidden defensive platforms. Quantum shields snapped into place around the planet, displaying technology that surpassed even the Council's most advanced systems. Now, the Admiral declared, we show them why humanity's chaos isn't something to be feared. It's something to be embraced. The Infinity Core pulsed once, and the battle for Earth's future began. The Council fleet's second volley of containment weapons dissipated harmlessly against Earth's quantum shields, their energy absorbed and repurposed in ways that defied conventional physics. But humanity wasn't just defending. They were rewriting the rules of engagement. Multiple quantum signatures detected, David announced, his hands moving across the holographic controls. The Council's bringing in reinforcements. Admiral Rodriguez nodded calmly. As expected. Professor Zekna, would you care to estimate their response force? Zekna's sensory filaments extended, analyzing the incoming data. 3 heavy battle groups. They're deploying a full containment fleet, enough firepower to sterilize a solar system. Perfect, Dr. Chen smiled. That means everyone who matters will be here to witness this. The Infinity Core's hum changed frequency, resonating with something deeper than physical space. Around Earth, thousands of hidden installations activated simultaneously, each adding its unique signature to a growing symphony of power. What humanity lacks in unity, we'd make up for in diversity, the Admiral explained. Every culture, every nation, every individual approaches problems differently. Where the Council sees chaos, we see infinite possibilities. On the tactical displays, the Council fleet arranged itself in a standard containment pattern, their ships moving with precise, predictable coordination. It was a formation that had brought down countless civilizations deemed too dangerous to exist. They're preparing a synchronized quantum cascade, Zekna warned. No known defense can withstand. Watch, David interrupted softly. As the Council fleet unleashed their most powerful weapon, a cascading wave of quantum destruction designed to collapse all advanced technology, Earth's response proved anything but standard. Instead of a unified shield or counterattack, thousands of different defensive systems activated. Each installation, each hidden platform, responded uniquely. Some absorbed the energy, others redirected it. Some seemed to simply ignore physics altogether, operating on principles that made Zekna's scientific understanding quiver. Impossible, she whispered. You're using multiple conflicting technologies simultaneously. The quantum interference alone should tear reality apart. Should, Dr. Chen agreed, if we followed conventional scientific wisdom. But humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology. It's our ability to make the impossible work. The tactical display showed the Council fleet's confusion as their perfect formation faced something they'd never encountered, organized chaos. Earth's defensive systems didn't just protect the planet. They adapted, learned, and evolved mid-battle. The Infinity Core isn't a weapon, David explained, seeing Zekna's confusion. It's a quantum consciousness, a blend of human intuition and artificial intelligence that can coordinate seemingly incompatible technologies. Admiral Rodriguez's hand remained on the sphere. Every human mind approaches problems differently. We took that flaw and turned it into our greatest advantage. Each defensive system is guided by different principles, different theories of physics. Some even contradict each other, yet they work together because we taught them to embrace contradiction. The Council fleet's rigid formation began to break as their weapons proved ineffective. Their attempts to adapt were too uniform, too predictable. Against humanity's diverse, evolving defenses, their synchronized attacks became their weakness. "They're trying to establish a containment field," Zeknev observed. "Standard procedure when primary containment fails." "Now," the Admiral commanded. Earth's response was anything but standard. Quantum platforms shifted phase, dimensional anchors activated, and reality itself seemed to hiccup. The containment field didn't just fail. It couldn't form because each point of space it tried to lock down operated under different physical laws. "This is why the Council fears rapid advancement," Dr. Chen said softly. "Not because it's dangerous, but because it challenges their understanding of what's possible. Humanity doesn't just break rules. We prove the rules were never absolute to begin with." The Infinity Core's resonance peaked, and suddenly every quantum sensor in the solar system detected something new. Earth's defensive grid wasn't just a collection of platforms. It was a vast experiment in unified diversity. Each component operated independently yet remained connected through the core's quantum consciousness. "Send the message," Admiral Rodriguez ordered. David activated a communication channel that cut through all quantum encryption. His voice, translated into all Council languages, echoed across space. "To the Galactic Council fleet, you came to contain what you don't understand, to judge advancement by your standards. But humanity's strength lies in our differences, in our chaos, in our ability to find new paths where others see only walls. We don't need your permission to grow. We don't need your approval to exist. What we offer instead is a choice. Retreat and acknowledge Earth's sovereignty, or stay and witness even more of what happens when humanity stops holding back." The Council fleet hung motionless in space, their perfect formation shattered, their containment protocols useless against a civilization that turned chaos into strength. "They're receiving quantum data packets," Zekne reported, her sensors detecting massive information transfers. "You're showing them everything." "Not everything," the Admiral smiled. "Just enough to prove that rapid advancement doesn't have to be feared. That diversity of thought, of approach, of development, isn't a weakness to be contained. It's a strength to be embraced." On the tactical display, the Council fleet began to withdraw, their retreat not just a military decision, but an acknowledgement of something unprecedented. They had come to contain a primitive world, and found instead a civilization that had transcended their understanding of progress itself. "This isn't the end," Zekna warned. "The Council won't simply accept this." "We're counting on it," David replied. "Because now they'll have to face a truth they've denied for millennia, that their way isn't the only way forward." The Infinity Core's resonance stabilized at a new frequency, its quantum silence transformed into a symphony of possibilities. Earth had revealed itself to the galaxy, not as a threat to be contained, but as proof that chaos and order could coexist, that progress didn't need to follow a single path. 3 months after Earth's revelation to the galaxy, Zekna stood before the Galactic Council's high chamber. Her crystalline form reflected the light of 1,000 worlds as representatives from every major civilization gathered to debate humanity's place in the cosmic order. "Your report challenges everything we believed about technological progression," the High Administrator's voice echoed through the chamber. "You claim humanity's chaotic advancement isn't just sustainable, it's preferable." "I claim," Zekna responded, her voice modulator calm, "that we've been measuring advancement by the wrong metrics. Humanity didn't just develop technology. They developed new ways of thinking about development itself." The chamber's quantum displays showed Earth's current status. The planet had become a nexus of innovation, its orbital space filled with research stations where human scientists worked alongside representatives from dozens of alien civilizations. The Infinity Core's principles had sparked a renaissance of quantum theory across the galaxy. "Look at what they've achieved in just 3 months of open development," Zekna continued. Their quantum consciousness technology has already revolutionized deep space communication. Their adaptive defense systems have applications in environmental protection. Even their seemingly contradictory theoretical frameworks are helping us understand the universe in new ways. David stepped forward, now Earth's official representative to the Council. His presence here, a human standing as an equal before the galaxy's oldest powers, was itself a testament to how much had changed. We understand the Council's fear of uncontrolled advancement. He addressed the chamber. But humanity's chaos isn't uncontrolled. It's differently controlled. We don't progress in a straight line because we don't believe in single solutions. Every problem has multiple answers, every challenge countless approaches. Dr. Chen, now heading the newly established Galactic Exchange of Scientific Theory, GEST, activated a holographic demonstration. It showed how Earth's diverse technological approaches had already begun influencing other civilizations, sparking innovations that the Council's rigid development paths had inadvertently suppressed. The Proxima incident taught us caution, the High Administrator acknowledged. But perhaps it also taught us fear. Your species has shown us that rapid advancement doesn't necessarily lead to destruction. Admiral Rodriguez, representing Earth's defense forces, stepped up beside David. What it leads to is choice. The choice to develop differently, to think differently, to exist differently. We don't ask the galaxy to follow our path. We only ask that you recognize that multiple paths can lead to the same destination. The Infinity Core's principles had already begun spreading throughout the galaxy, not as a replacement for existing technologies, but as an alternative approach. Civilizations that had stagnated under the Council's rigid guidelines found new inspiration in humanity's embrace of theoretical diversity. We propose a new framework, Zekna announced, not to replace the Council's guidance, but to expand it. Let Earth serve as a proof that controlled chaos can coexist with ordered development. Let us learn from each other. The chamber erupted in discussion, thousands of voices debating the implications. But the outcome was already clear. Humanity hadn't just earned its place among the stars. It had changed how the galaxy thought about progress itself. There will be conditions, the High Administrator stated. Safeguards. Of course, David agreed. But they must be safeguards that protect while allowing growth, that guide without constraining. The galaxy needs both order and chaos, structure and innovation. The final vote was unprecedented in Council history, not for its unanimity, but for its diversity of support. Each civilization saw different potential in humanity's approach, different lessons to learn from Earth's example. As the chamber dispersed, Zekna approached her human colleagues. Her decision to support Earth, to help them reveal their true nature to the galaxy, had reshaped her understanding of progress itself. Was this your plan all along? She asked. To change not just Earth's status, but the entire galactic approach to advancement. David smiled. Humanity doesn't plan that far ahead. We adapt, we innovate, we find ways forward. The Council feared our chaos would destabilize the galaxy. Instead, it's bringing new vitality to civilizations that had forgotten how to dream. The universe is chaos, Dr. Chen added. Life is chaos. By trying to impose perfect order, the Council was fighting against the very nature of existence. Sometimes you need to embrace the chaos to find new forms of order. Above them, the quantum displays showed Earth's continuing influence. The planet had become more than just another world in the galactic community. It had become a symbol of what was possible when different paths of advancement were allowed to coexist. We're not just opening our world to the galaxy, Admiral Rodriguez concluded. We're opening the galaxy to new possibilities. Every civilization has its own chaos, its own unique approach to understanding the universe. We've just reminded them that it's okay to embrace it. As Zekna watched humanity take its place among the stars, she understood that this wasn't an ending but a beginning. The galaxy had feared rapid advancement, feared the chaos of unrestricted progress. But humanity had shown them something more valuable than either order or chaos alone. They had shown them how to find strength in diversity itself. The new dawn wasn't just for Earth or humanity. It was for every civilization that had ever dreamed of finding its own path to the stars. In embracing humanity's chaos, the galaxy had rediscovered its capacity for wonder.